Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, you see behind me the TradingView platform blinking away. We had to go there and look at the daily update. We are following some price targets that we had established for 4 or 5 companies, and I've added a bunch of companies which have got bearish divergence. We want to take a look at them and see if the situation has improved or is it getting worse, because I think the market is very stretched and anytime it is supposed to fall, and I'm starting to make moves in that direction. So I would like to talk more about that. Let's get to the TradingView platform. Let's get started. Welcome back, friends. We are in the TradingView platform, and I want to take you right away to the futures section and look at Nasdaq futures, which are fluctuating between mildly positive and mildly negative throughout the day. In the last 10 minutes, I have seen them go both sides. So there's a little bit of indecision out there. Nasdaq futures has got a bearish divergence. And let us go on to indicators and look at QQQ, which is our proxy for Nasdaq. Here again, we can see that we have a bearish divergence, and it's not looking great in terms of the divergence, but technicals are not everything. So we'll have to wait and watch what happens out here. But don't forget that we have the economic calendar to contend with. And today, Fed Chair Powell had a testimony, and in the testimony, he cautioned about having higher interest rates for longer, which would basically mean that he's ready to cut interest rates provided he gets good enough data. And when will the data come? Oh, we can look at July 11th when we have core inflation rate and inflation rate month over month and year over year data. This is going to be very critical, and this will give us an idea of whether the Fed has the necessary ammunition in order to do any rate cuts. And if there is any hope of rate cuts, I think the markets will jump regardless of whatever the bearish divergence are being shown by the technicals. And then, of course, later on Friday, along with the option closing, we have PPI month over month and Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index preliminary readings. We'll look forward to that and see how they influence QQQ and all the stocks that we are looking at. Next, I want to take you to AI, and in that first, we want to look at Tesla. In case of Tesla, we have already crossed the double bottom price target and exceeded it, and we are still going strong. And today, Tesla has broken through 255.91, which was a resistance for us, and converted that into a support. And Tesla is very, very close to its all-time high resistance of 89.41% on the RSI. So that is a very big deal. And right now we are at 87.52. So we got around 1.5 percentage points to move. And after that, I am thinking that Tesla is going to either consolidate or give up gains. Now, next, let us move on to FNGU. FNGU is still going strong past the price target that we established, and the bearish divergence is a concern. Now, just to give you a quick refresher, let us go to the 1 week time frame and recalibrate and come here. So we can see that we had a reverse head and shoulder for which we had a target of 35.90. We have already crossed that target, and we have crossed the all-time high. So right now we are in stratosphere, and anytime now we could fall because of the bearish divergence. And let us look at Microsoft. Microsoft has been going down in the last 2 days. We have still got to take the verdict on today, because at the time of recording, it's just 2 hours and 37 minutes past 12 or 2:37 p.m. And this is looking like a bearish channel to me, but it's too early to say. However, something in support of bearishness is the fact that we have the MACD going towards the signal line in an attempt to cross over to the bearish side, and momentum has also dropped. And of course, the big bull elephant in the room is the bearish divergence that we can see here. These two beige lines indicate the bearish divergence. Next, let us look at Palantir. And for Palantir, we had a cup and handle on the weekly chart, and the target was 31.18. Let me quickly show you the weekly chart, and then we'll come back to the target. So this was the target, and right now we are proceeding towards the target, but we have a problem, and the problem is that we have a resistance. This diagonal line of resistance has proved very strong. At the same time, our support at 27.44 is equally strong. The MACD is still going strong. The momentum has kind of petered out a little bit and come back to 70. But Palantir could be consolidating, and probably it could be moving forward, except the fact that it has got a bearish divergence, but it's not that severe as yet. So I'd like to wait and watch a little bit. I think Palantir has got a little bit more to go before it turns around. Next, we look at Amazon. And in case of Amazon, it is still working towards its target price of 203.5 on the monthly scale, but it's showing momentary weakness and it could drop. Let me show you the monthly time frame, and let me show you the cup and handle target that we are looking at. So this is the cup and handle target, and we have the target out here at 202.59. But unfortunately for Amazon, what we have here is that we have a straight line of resistance, which is holding us back for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So we don't know what's going to happen next. But if I was to take the cues from the bearish divergence between the price and the RSI, I would say that it's going to go down. And if I was to look at the MACD, where the MACD is tending towards the signal line, and it's trying to cross over to go to the bearish side, I would say that a decline in Amazon share prices are on the cards. And that would mean that along with Microsoft, Amazon is also pushing FNGU down. Next, let us look at Meta. So Meta is another stock for which we had a price target of 542.5 on the monthly chart. And it's now making its second attempt at the price target with a gain so far of 0.38%. Let me take you over to the monthly chart so that you can see what kind of price target we are talking about. So this was the cup and handle pattern, and we had a price target here of 544.81 approximately. We have not yet met the target, and the problem basically can be summed up to a kind of bearish divergence, and the bearish divergence is the main factor that concerns me, because MACD is still healthy and momentum is still moving in the right direction. So for all you know, the Meta could continue moving ahead, but if we don't get any good economic calendar data, I think there are some of these big companies which will start going down, and Meta could be one of them. Next, I want to take a quick look at Apple, which I introduced into the mix because it has got bearish divergence, and you can see the beige line here and the beige line there. Both of them indicate bearish divergence, and the fact that Apple is part of FNGU makes FNGU also bearish. So that's what I wanted to say out here. The MACD is bullish and the momentum is also pretty strong. RSI is doing very well. It's very close to its all-time high of 77.74. So once it goes near that, I think it's going to turn around. And when Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Apple turn around, so will FNGU. Next, let us look at Google. So I had introduced Google because it has got the bearish divergence, and we can see the bearish divergence is still intact. And also we see a bit of weakness in the price. We have not gone above the high of 5th of July 2024 so far in the last 2 days. So that's a matter of concern. And I think that brings me to an end of all the companies that we were looking at. And I hope that we get bad economic news, because right now I think it is still bad is good kind of an environment, which means that the market is looking for bad economic news which will make the Fed be more benign towards cutting rates. So that's what we are looking at. So if the inflation reports, the consumer price index and others start coming in lower, I think that it will be a tremendous boost for the market, and probably all this bearish divergence will get reversed or neutralized, and will open a new chapter. However, if these CPI index and all come in heavier than expected, then you can expect the shares to start falling immediately, and all the bearish divergence will become more potent and viable. With that, my friends, I'd like to remind you that these are all my personal opinion and it's not financial advice. And again, technicals are just one part of the whole picture. You have to look at fundamental analysis, geopolitical issues, and so many things. That's why it's very difficult to time the market. So with this, I would like to bring the video to an end, and I'll catch up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.